Hello, everyone. So at the beginning of December, the singer SZA performed a song on SNL. The actual name of the song is unknown, but people are either calling it Cuffing Season or Big Boys. The song is very catchy, and part of the chorus goes, "It's cuffing season, all the girls be needing, I need a big boy, I need a big boy, I need a big boy." This section of the song has become a common sound on TikTok, with many men, mostly bigger, chubbier men, dancing or reacting to the song. Many of them showing sentiments of being happy about a song that celebrates bigger men in the mainstream. Happy vibes all around, right? Wrong. Because according to Fat Acceptance TikTok, this song was fatphobic. Let's get into figuring out why.
SZA's song, Big Boy Season, it's catchy and I really like it. And also, it's fatphobic. Big boys are not seasonal, number one. Number two, all the different, portrayals of big boys, in the, SNL skit of it all, perpetuates fatphobia. And I'm also wanting to know, will you all give the same love and attention and care and excitement to your big femmes and your big thems and your big women? Will you? Because I know you won't. Because I see it all the time. And I know that fat phobia affects feminine folks differently than it does masculine folks. We know that. But I just wonder, when will we be praised? When?
So one issue she took with the song is that big boys aren't for a single season, and the song associated big boys with cuffing season. Really? You take issue with the fact that big boys are just being associated with cuffing season? That's such a weird thing to be upset about. That's like being mad at a woman for saying she's having a hot girl summer, because you know you can be hot all year round, right? Why would you confine it just to summer? That's discriminatory to fall. And she also said that the SNL skit perpetuated fat phobia, but she never really explained why. And the entire skit was a joke because it's SNL, and I personally didn't find anything fatphobic about it. And in the rest of the video, she almost screams, "What about me? Why am I, as a fat woman, not getting noticed? Why are fat men getting more attention than me? Let others live. Let others have their moment." I thought fat liberation, which is the hashtag used on this video, was for everyone, including men. And part of the caption reads, "Misogyny is real." Misogyny is real because a woman made a song celebrating fat men and not fat women? Damn, all right. But also, there are a bunch of songs, particularly rap songs, that mention big women all the time. Most of the time in a good light. Just Google rap songs and the word BBW, and you will find plenty of songs that celebrate big women. And not even in a satirical way. A lot of them are very serious in their attraction to bigger women. But I personally can't remember a song that references big men in a desirable way, ever. So maybe you could just give this to fat men. Maybe you could just let them have this. And the last thing I'll say about this TikTok is that the only real point made about why this song is fatphobic, aside from a quick reference to the SNL skit that wasn't really explained, was that it's fatphobic because it didn't mention fat women. And that just goes to show that apparently fat liberation is for women only. But it wasn't just this creator that took issue with the song and the sketch. Multiple other fat activists chimed in the comments to explain why they thought the skit was offensive. Splotchmaker, aka Leah, who I previously made a video about, said, "Yep, it's fatphobic and very fetishizing." But the comment underneath it says, "It's bad for her to say she wants a fat male, but if she says fat men are ugly, undesirable pigs, she also would have been wrong." Yeah, exactly. Another woman said, "Also, most of the men being featured within the song are not big guys." Okay, so apparently they didn't focus enough on the men's bodies, because if they would have known that these four men are not truly big. This next comment says, "The current trend is only praising small fat people. I'm non-binary, and my 2 videos on it are being buried." This person is saying that the videos they've made using the big boy sound aren't doing as well as other people who are smaller than them, which is just how social media works. Some people get more attention than others. This isn't a problem with the song or the sketch or anything like that. This next comment says, 100%. Like, yes, men need that much hype? Nah. Okay, so apparently men just don't need to be hyped up at all. This other comment says, that one line about he doesn't fit into an airplane seat gives me the biggest ick. So there was a line in the sketch where the woman said that big boys always upgrade her seats to first class because he doesn't fit into the seats in economy. And I thought that was actually really funny. But also, I have heard many complaints about bigger people not fitting into plane seats. And this last comment says, the song, and especially the SNL skit, was so fatphobic and at best fetishizing. Maybe if a guy was talking about himself, it would be good. Okay, so the problem with this one is apparently that most, if not all, external praise for fat people comes off as fetishy. If the song was a fat man praising himself, it would have been fine. But if a woman does it, then it's fetishy. So from what I've gathered, there are at least 5 different reasons that the video was fatphobic. 1, that it was fetishy and it focused too much on the men's bodies. 2, it didn't focus enough on the men's bodies because if they had, they would have known that not all the men in the video were true big boys. 3, some people are getting more attention using the big boy sound than others, which is honestly not a problem with the song at all. 4, external praise for fat people comes off as fetishy, which honestly, we can kind of put with point number 1. And 5, the song doesn't reference women, so it's fatphobic. But what's weird about this controversy is not only does everyone have a different idea about why the video was fatphobic, but a lot of their reasons are also contradictory. Like, the video was a problem because it didn't focus enough on women, but then there's the other complaint that the men weren't big enough. But if it was already over-sexualizing to the men that were in the video, wouldn't it have been worse if the men were bigger? And wouldn't that over-sexualization be just as bad if it were women in the video? Which is what the original TikToker wanted? I really feel like there was no way for anyone to make this skit about big boys and to not have someone be angry about the outcome. If the men are too big, that's a problem. If the men are too small, if it's a problem. If it's men and not women, also a problem. But aside from the fact that the video was apparently fatphobic, most of the other drama from this song and the sketch is surrounding some of the people using the sound, because a lot of them aren't deemed as acceptable big boys. And this problem is causing an erasure of fat men.
This big boy trend reminds me of the same thing these fashion industries are doing to plus size women. Horrid is made for plus size women, but what kind of women do they show to represent their clothes? This right here. Women who, if you were walking down the street, you wouldn't assume they were plus size. This is what their page mainly is, of women who mainly look like the first 3. The last one is getting there, but these 3, come on now. There's no way you can see those 3 walking down the street and you're like, yeah, those are big girls. Those are really plus size women. You guys are doing the same thing with this big boy trend. This society hates fatness so much to the point where they're literally trying to erase what plus size is, what being big is, what being fat is. This society hates fatness so much, even when it's time to celebrate us. You guys still come in and trying to erase all the hard work we put in when we talk about body positivity, activism, and more. You guys are trying to erase that so that way there will be less exposure of fat bodies. That's really what it is. At this point, as long as we have a system revolving around the beauty standard, we're never going to make it to the point where fatness is truly accepted. And it's so sad to see society do whatever they can to make sure that we are hidden.
I think she's saying that people who aren't truly big boys using the song are contributing to the erasure of big boys and fat men. But, like, first of all, stop gatekeeping what it means to be big or fat. And second, if you don't see a lot of what you consider to be true big boys using the song in the TikTok trend you're referring to, then isn't that the fault of the big men not making those TikToks? Because we're not talking about a torrid catalog where the photos and models are specifically being chosen by the company. We're talking about TikToks that individuals are choosing to make. So if real big boys aren't doing the trend, then that's not the fake big boys or the smaller fat men erasing the fatter men or being fat phobic. That seems like more of a problem of the bigger men not making the TikToks. Or your issue is that smaller men are getting more views and engagement than bigger men that are taking part in the TikTok trend. And if that's true, that's just how social media works. Some people's videos perform better than others. But that doesn't mean the people whose videos did perform well are erasing the people whose videos didn't perform well. Overall, this drama is hilarious and ridiculous. All the reasons people have for why the video and why the song are fatphobic are completely different and very contradictory in a lot of ways, and this is why we can't have nice things. A funny video was made to celebrate bigger men, and someone has to take issue with it because it doesn't focus on women, or you're focusing too much on fat men's bodies, or these men weren't big enough. Just let fat men have something. Also, I love the Big Boys song. I'm so upset that it can't be streamed. I actually went to SZA's album right after I heard the song to try to find it, only to find out that that song wasn't on the album, and I am genuinely upset about it. But yeah, the song is good. The sketch was funny. All this outrage is completely ridiculous, but honestly very funny. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in my next one.